about also the English dictionary, how words are so restrictive. Like chairs are restricted to four legs and a seat. Stools are normally, why can't chairs have six legs and stuff like that? Why can't, but you just automatically think of a chair as having four legs, a seat and a back, most likely wooden chair. Yeah, I'm just rambling, but that's how I see a chair. Whereas when you actually think about it, some chairs, I'm sure there's a chair out there that exists that has eight legs because someone thought it'd be cool. But it wouldn't even cross your mind. It wouldn't even cross your mind unless you thought I'm gonna design it. But yeah, so that's how I feel words are like, they can kind of restrict your belief system, if that makes sense. It limits your understanding, your belief in something, in what life is, in what we can do in life, in what we can achieve. But with the introduction of words, we've really restricted ourselves in going for things that could possibly, exist, but doesn't currently at the moment, because we're limited to the idea of, oh, this thing's that, and it's not going to be anything more than that. So I think we need to, it's just anything that you think you don't believe you can do, just really, we should be questioning why. Like, why are we conditioned into thinking that that's not possible? How are the words and everything used around that subject that puts those limitations in? Because I think now we're going into a time where we need to be really start thinking outside the box. We are in a world where it's just gone crazy. It's gone crazy and it needs fixing. And I think the one way we can fix it is by really thinking outside that box. Really being like, hang on, if I've been told this, I have been told this all my life, but then, if you feel there's something more, then go with your gut. Just be like, if your body's saying, no, actually, this doesn't seem to resonate completely with me, like I understand a bit, but I need to know a bit more, go and do your research. But also just know that not all that information out there is still quite limiting. And the only way you can really do it is by just asking for answers within. I know it sounds really stupid, but those moments where you're really trapped in this, there's a difference between trapped in a really negative thought process that brings you down, but there's also ones that literally let you fly, and just like, some thoughts that can expand ideas that you never really thought was possible. Most of the time you just stop yourself. You'd be like, oh yeah, like, like that's even possible. But why are you doing that? Most things that exist in the world, most ideas that exist in the world came from someone, who's probably, thinking something that would have seemed crazy at the time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a machine that flies. People would have been like, yeah, right. Like I can't, being like, I can't even imagine something in the sky. Like, come on, like the only thing in the sky is the sun. And there's gonna be people that would have been like that, been like, you're thinking crazy. But someone made it happen because they literally let their mind go. They let their mind challenge the current belief systems, like the flat earth theory. Like, those, we wouldn't have come to what we know the world is right now if someone hadn't really stood up and said, hang on a minute, but that doesn't make sense. You get me? So I'm just like, really just, I think this video is all about, it's just about like, question. We've got to question. We have brains and we can actually think for ourselves, believe it or not. We weren't born to just be taught certain things and then go carry it on. No, we're born to learn and figure shit out sometimes ourselves, and I think it is quite foolish to just accept anything that you're being told. Like, everything that you've been taught at school, you just accept it without questioning it because it's like under the umbrella of the system. You can trust it because there's professionals there. But at the end of the day, I think it's quite foolish, because when your brain is saying something doesn't sound right, or your heart is saying, no, wait, there's more to this, I think you should trust that more. You should trust that so much more, because you can trust yourself. Like, your world, you don't know what that, the system, they've got hidden agendas and stuff. So it's just like really learning to trust yourself more and not think that you're going crazy because you're like thinking certain things, you know. But yeah, but within reason. But that's kind of what I was gonna really just talk about. It's just like, yeah, just like believing in ourselves. And I just feel we, you know, when you believe something like this, breatharians believed that they could live without, you know, food and all that stuff. Like if you do, with our connection, us melanated people's connection with the universe, with the sun and everything, we can achieve great things. It's just like we have been suppressed in limited in our belief systems, like that limits our belief in ourself and stuff, through even down to the diction, like the English dictionary, as I mentioned, through education, through work, through, you're forever told what to believe through the news, through media. You believe, you know, there's a certain way you need to look to be beautiful and all that stuff. But when when we just step out of that and just start thinking, I'm just going to think for myself, because believe it or not, I've actually got a brain. I've got a brain and I trust my brain. You guys don't have to think for me, you know? Once you get that trust in yourself, and that is through self-love, you know, because in self-love you begin to trust yourself. This is why I'm forever talking about this. I know it must sound like a broken record, but honestly it changed my life, and I just think it will be very beneficial to so many out there. And I just think in the long run, when we start believing that our community can be fixed, like can be good again, you know, when we believe that our community can be good, I believe it can happen. But we just need enough, we need to all be believing it, and we need to all be working on ourselves, and we need to like start just seeing through all the stuff that we've been told, because we need to start seeing through it, because there's a lot of lies we've been told. So it's just about recognizing that and just start thinking on your own, and start, you know, don't question you. I question everything, you know, I do question everything on the news, everything, and I think that's the way to do it. But obviously don't spiral into it, but it is important just to like not believe everything that you're just told like that. But yeah, that's enough from me really. But just really understand the power of belief. Like if they can live off oxygen, we can believe something and make it happen. That's what I just saw, and I was just like, crazy. What I'll do on my Facebook, I will post that that article I saw and a few other things I read on top of that. But I found that really interesting. But yeah, that's enough from me, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I did want to add, to all those people that might not be good people and might be thinking, oh gosh, if I believe I can do this, then I can do it. This video isn't for you. It's not for you. It's not for you evil peeps. It's for those people that really want to do good, okay? And want to do good for themselves and maybe the world, okay? Just to make that clear. So this is for my melanin family that really wants to, you know, do good in the world.